translating shapes on the coordinate grid. Today we're going to talk about constructing translations. So kind of thinking about what we did yesterday and what we did earlier this unit with constructions. So we're going to make a construction and move a shape. Remember vectors from yesterday, that's just an important vocab word. Remember we're going the same distance and direction. So how can we construct this and get an accurate drawing? So that's our goal for today. So the notes, this is what you would definitely write down. Let's say we wanted to translate this triangle ABC by vector AC. Well, first, I know I want to move every point the same distance and direction. So to get things going the same direction, we could make this a line. We want to move on this line. So point A will just go to point C. That one's pretty easy. That's how far it's going. So there's point C, and that's also point A. So I could just change it to A prime, but I'll leave it as C just because I think that'll be easier for right now. Now, we want to move point C the same distance and direction. So it's got to move along this line, but how far do I move it? Like, where would I put this point so it's the same distance? I don't want to guess. I want to use my compass. So I don't want to use the circle because you could use the circle. So you could make it this way because now from C to A, that's the radius. So C to here is also the radius. You could use that circle. But I want you to use the compass just to get used to it. So the compass, right, will measure that radius. And now I'm just going to move it here. So point C will move this far because it's the exact same distance A to C as C to, we'll call this C prime. So I'm just going to label it C prime because that's where I move point C to. Now I want to do the same thing for point B. So I want to move it in the same direction. So what kind of line do I need through B going the same direction? It's got to be parallel. So to construct a parallel line through B, you can just hit more tools. And you'll see that there's like different things you could do in Desmos, and parallel line is really helpful. So choose a line to set the slope. I want to do it this slope. Now I can make this line anywhere. I want it to go through B. So I want to move point B this direction. Now I just got to measure how far, and I want it to go from A to C. So I'm going to use that compass again and use A to C. So this would be the point right here. And that's going to be B prime. And then final step, just make it into a triangle, right? So I could use the polygon tool. And now we just moved that black triangle to the blue one. It slid the same distance and direction. Definitely a hard construction. But notice, right, we had those parallel lines and we measured the distance using that compass tool, and we wanted all to go AC, so we use that vector for the distance. So we use that for there and there. The reason we didn't move point A was because point A would just go to point C. Like, that's how far it's moving, and that's the direction. They're not all like that, though. So there's some practice ones, and then the final cool down is do this triangle using this vector. I threw the graph in there so you could use that to help you and check your work as well. But try it with the actual construction. But yesterday we learned how we should just move right 2, down, or left 2, down 2. So I could move point C, left 2, down 2. But try the construction to see if you could get that. That's more to just help you check your work.